Okay. It should be working. Hello, everyone, and thank you for inviting me again to present my co-production research initiatives with newcomers community in Ontario. I have called the title of this presentation, Nothing About Us That Isn't Led by Us, because I believe the famous quote, nothing about us without us, is shown to be insufficient. And it's time for a change in leadership when it comes to producing knowledge with the community members. Today, I'll try to keep it brief and try my best to not take up too much of your time. And I will present how my lived experience as a migrant woman and a registered nurse with clinical experience in global and community health helped me establish a deeper understanding of an issue of diversity, inclusion, and learning helped me to learn from different way of knowing to plan an effective partnership initiatives in my research. Then I'll move forward with a little bit of a theory of the co-production research. And also at the end, I will present an example of a partnership project that we just recently got funded, and we are conducting the research now. So my research and teaching philosophy in academia is based on my lived experience as an ethnic minority woman with immigrant status in Canada. My lived experiences also as a community member added significantly to my research ethical conduct. I worked as a community health nurse for refugee community, both globally and nationally in Canada. I noticed poor maternal and newborn health outcomes because of the lower socioeconomic status and uncertain immigration status. Those were significant issues affecting women's health and well-being in the migrant community. At that point, I realized there is a gap in relevant research responsive to the migrant woman community needs. So coming from a developing country myself, my epistemology is shaped around observing health and well-being with an intersectional lens, which means being constantly mindful of sociopolitical factors that may lead to experiencing discrimination and systemic racism when it comes to working with marginalized populations. An integral part of my co-produced research methodology is the commitment to that reciprocity of meaningful relationships and working in partnership with the community towards creating equitable knowledge. My research program at Western University School of Nursing aims to address that mandate of health justice by bringing and amplifying the voices of marginalized people to inform programs, practices, and policies in public health. I use a participatory community-based methodology to guide my co-production activity, and I'm highly committed to the principles of research production, which includes sharing powers, valuing everyone's knowledge, reciprocal co-learning process and procedures, and building relationships and include different perspectives. I use these principles to treat researchers and knowledge users as equal partners and draw on everyone's experience throughout the procedures and processes of research. In my co-produced research activity, knowledge of the community is the evidence, and we work closely and collaboratively with them to facilitate a co-learning process. Another important aspect of this partnership is using open dialogue to reflect on our strategies and enact partnership principles constantly. Our participatory research relies on cultivating communities' capacity building skills and incorporating communities' expertise and social justice principles, which altogether aims to empower community members through the engagement and participation in different aspects of research process. As part of this methodology, we will engage with people with diverse backgrounds, diverse socioeconomic status, races, genders. They all will come together in form of an advisory group. Formation of that advisory group who are involved in all stages of the studies, from determining new members, developing key messages, and so on, and facilitating the integration of the findings is the key and integral part of the successful partnership. In this way, the community directs us in team composition, decision-making, or mitigating or resolving any potential problems or issues. We also form a research team that they are multilingual researchers to provide linguistic and culturally relevant processes so that participants will be communicated in the language of their choice. In this form of research, no data is claimed to be owned by researchers or academic institutions. All data will be accessible through open access publications, and we will listen to the community what they want us to do with their collected data. To avoid raising distrust or research fatigue in the community, we base our values on giving a voice to all involved and incorporating knowledge user in all stages. This way, our research sustainability, impact, and quality are leveraged. Taking this transparent and straightforward strategies for providing formal training also helps us combat the issue of tokenism in our formal research partnership. Another key factor in establishing a successful partnership is to increase approachability and better communication between partners. For example, we actively engage in all committee meetings, advisory groups, and maintain a regular presence in social and cultural events to engage with members and leaders of the community. We will ensure partners and knowledge users have access to resources and all the supports they need. We will use constructive dialogue to maintain a trusting relationship and recognize and respect the importance of individual lived experiences, the individual's values, and mutually respectful relationship with their community. Equitable maternal newborn care for new migrant women from the Middle East in Canada is a co-produced research partnership with social, legal, and well-being services. In brief, we called Mom to New Co-Care, which is a community-led participatory research project funded by SHIRK, and we are using art-based method, including photo voice, and also other sharing circle or sharing group format of research, such as focus group, interviews, and expert consults. And to conduct this research, we have composed a diverse team of researchers, healthcare providers, community partners, and people with lived experiences. We also formed an advisory group made up of service providers, policymakers, community members of the community serving organizations, and also member of the community women with the experience of receiving maternal newborn care in Ontario with new migrant immigration status in Ontario. This research partnership aims to inform a multi-level analysis. So at the micro level, we aim to identify the structural barriers, particularly when it comes to immigration system that create discriminations against new migrant population to receive equitable care in Ontario. At meso level, we aim to explore how partner organizations, in this case, are settlement services, community health centers, legal clinics, and academic researchers, how these partner organizations can work together to build reciprocal relationship to address the systemic barriers and deliver equitable care for new migrant women and their families. And at macro level, we aim to build new knowledge of equitable services from lived experience of new migrant women and families. And at the end, we will develop an action plan that integrates multi-sectoral partnership strategies to address identified systemic challenges, needs, and knowledge of new migrant women from the Middle East into the maternal newborn care programs in social and health services. In this slide, I also show what procedures and processes I will take in each step of this partnership project to produce a multi-sectoral action plan, which is responsive to maternal newborn care needs of new migrant women in Ontario. For the objective one of the study, we will run a literature review and conduct a focus group and interviews with service providers to first identify the factors that creates discrimination in providing equitable care. Next, we will use art-based methodologies such as photo voice in the form of also conducting interviews and focus group with these women and their families to build that knowledge of equitable service. We wanted to understand what equitable service and in either social and health sectors means to this woman, and learn from their lived experiences at this stage. At the end, we will co-develop our action plan with the advisory group that we formed to bring the voices of these women and service providers forward to for a policy change in public health. To elaborate more on the nature of the partnership in this project, I have established a research partnership between academic researchers and community organization offering social and well-being services to newcomer population at Eastern and Western Ontario. In Ottawa and London, Ontario are two main centers of the studies. This cross-Ontario approach helped me understand better and capture the newcomers' unique challenges of settling in either in East or West of Ontario. We will co-lead the project with my colleagues at the University of Ottawa and at Western, and a leadership committee and an advisory group through all the stages of the research process, including financial management, research ethics process, and supervision of trainees. This partnership was established when the executive director of a settlement agency called PAND, located in Ottawa, directly approached me based on my previous volunteering work with them to request the academic expertise to address the community needs in health equity. Other two members of the partners of the study are our cross-cultural learner center called CCLC in London, Ontario, which is the leading settlement agency in London. And the mission is to promote intercultural awareness and is dedicated to partnering with local organizations to help make London a more welcoming community for newcomers. The other partner is London Intercommunity Health Centers that provides health and social services for a marginalized community and is our health organization partner in this study. They together, CCLC and LISC, together run a newcomer clinic in collaboration and to provide care for refugees during the first 6 months arrival in Canada. So PAND, CCLC, and LISC will act as the primary community liaison for us researchers and provide direction for the member of our team to join the leadership team. Our partners are actively engaged and integrated in all the research process, such as design of the study, governance, and knowledge mobilization plan. The leadership team, the leadership committee, and the advisory group will make project decisions. In this partnership, we will provide all essential training for the community partners to co-lead the study with us. Our community partner organization are the owner of the data and will advise us how it will be used and how their story to be presented in the research outcome. Some critical moments for us to consult the partners include what resources to be used, what recruitment strategy to use to target the key informants, and reviewing the findings and supporting the knowledge mobilizations plans. The leadership team will support decisions related to ethics of the study, the process, interview of focus group guides, and analysis of the data. Another key to a successful research partnership is the knowledge mobilization plan, which is co-designed with our knowledge users here. We will use both traditional channels of knowledge mobilization, such as conferences and academic journals, and also creative strategies, such as webinars, social media platforms, posters, and infographics to disseminate our results. Results will be disseminated in multi-languages, including English, French, Arabic, and Farsi, as relevant to the target population, target group, to ensure the broad uptake by community members and the public. We also shared summaries of our findings with national public health and social service agencies and any programs out there available for newcomers. In our knowledge mobilization activities, we will support and promote local immigrant and refugee-owned businesses and from the community to provide, and also we will provide proper incentives for research participants and other knowledge users, and support that professional development and training opportunity for members of the community. Another example how we build that capacity in the community to be a partner is that as part of our knowledge mobilization activities, we will hire local youth artists to capture the concepts and themes of the research findings, and we will host a symposium to display their arts. The expected outcome of this form of partnership are multi-level and include benefits for society or infrastructural, such as improved policy, include a benefit for organizational or institutional, such as we will be able to develop a pattern of excellence, how this cross-sectoral co-produce research partnership going to work, and how to develop this lasting, meaningful reciprocal relationship with community serving organizations to address the structural barriers. And also the outcome of the study include benefits for groups, networks, and interpersonal relations, such as increased capacity and credibility for the community's contribution to policy makings. To improve, we will improve and empower provide empowerment opportunities for community members. That actually will increase trust in research among members of the newcomer community. And also individual benefits such as enhanced community relevant research productivity and skills. As a result of our co-produced multi-level outcomes, an overarching impact will be also developed to shift our understanding of research from academic members to the member of the community. This will result in incorporating different ways of knowing into the policy and program to move forward to a positive change toward epistemist justice in the research outcome. The products generated from this multi-level and multi-sector partnership will benefit future community, academic, and industry research partnership when working with marginalized population across Canada. Thank you, everyone. If you have any question or interested in collaborating with my research team, please get in touch with me. You can find me on Twitter or email me directly. If there's any question, I'm happy to answer.